Welcome to the Jim and John Show. It's playoff time, and we are pumped up. WLA is having an amazing year with a record of 19 wins and 3 losses, and winning the last 8 games, seeded number 4 in the tournament. Manitowoc Lutheran, on the other hand, is also having a good year with a record of 15 and 8, seeded number 5 in the tournament. Winnebago Lutheran Academy is big in the post with 3 players over 6'7". Manitowoc has a secret weapon, a sophomore, the coach's kid, Trey Zastro, a real shooter. Tonight is post power versus marksmanship. Who will prevail? Today's broadcast is copyrighted, protected by the Jim and John Show, but we want our WLA families to share it. The opinions expressed during the Jim and John Show are ours and not WLA or any other affiliates of WLA. So go ahead and enjoy today's broadcast. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and get the notifications of upcoming games. See the link below to find how and what it means to subscribe to the Jim and John Show.
Well, Jim, it's playoff time. We're at the WLA gym. WLA takes on Manitowoc. Good to see you tonight, Jim.
You know, we took a long break there, John, but we're back for a little playoff basketball. I'm excited.
Playoff basketball it is. We're getting ready for the tip-off. Jim, nothing unusual about the starting lineup, although Tom Lorenz is going to be coming in off the bench.
And so will his son, Noah.
And yeah, let's start that out.
We got our first error out of the way, so we're good. We're clean the rest of the night.
Mason scraps for the jump ball to grab it, and here WLA comes with their first possession. Looking down, gets it into their big man. Jim, it looks like Manny's playing a zone here.
Yeah, little 1-2-2.
So we're looking for the high-low with Alex Keel on the line. There he is. Is he going to turn around? Shoot, he gets bumped on the arm and misses. Manitowoc with a quick rebound. Coming down the floor. Jim, the guy to watch tonight is number 3. As we talked about in the pregame show, you know, he doesn't look like a lot, but boy, the kid can play. He's their number 1 scorer.
Yep.
Manitowoc bakes the ice with the first 2, and they go up 2-0. Jim, it's been a fascinating year watching WLA play. These are some good players, good record, and sometimes they start a little bit short, and there it is.
Yeah. That's the way to beat that zone, John. Little high-low action there. You're going 6'7" to 6'8".
I'll tell you what, I've been impressed with Gabe Pruss all season. You know, he's a tall kid, but he can really play, and it's been a big, look at how far out he is, and he nails it. Jim, that was, what, 2 steps beyond the 3?
Yeah. We didn't talk very good on that screen right there. There was no communication. Both guys went under.
Alex Keel took a shot at the free throw line. I would have liked to seen him go in and rebound. They're going to have to, this Trey Zastro, they're going to have to come out and play him tight, even when he's way back off the 3, Jim. And there he is off a screen. WLA plays it well. Could have been a foul, which they called.
Yeah, Donovan got in the passing lane there, just couldn't control it.
Yeah, he hit the ball, he scrambled for it, but then he got a little bit too aggressive right at the end and ended up hitting him. WLA down 2-5 right now off that 3 from Trey Zastro, shooting way outside the 3. Look at another high pick, Jim, up top.
Wow.
And they nail it. And they hit another 3 to go up 2-8. Jim, they're going to have to play that a little different. Feeds it in the press. Oh, he had him there. I don't know why he didn't get it to him. Just keep working the ball.
Yep.
He cross courts it. There's Herkstroder down the press.
Got to look opposite right away there.
He's looking. Kulebert going to drive the lane, and he does. Ends up short. Manitowoc with the rebound, moving up the court. You know what they do, because their size is not real big, Jim, but what they're doing is they're setting good picks, getting the spots, and then shooting, which is exactly what they did right there.
That's the second time now WLA did not switch men, and they didn't call it. Guy wide open.
Here comes Coolabert with an outside shot and a little push-off there against Manitowoc. One of their shorter guys on the field trying to go against a 6'7", and somehow he got called for the foul. I didn't see it, Jim, if he was trying to submarine him or what, but he got the call. So each team ends up with one foul so far. There's Mason. I thought he might shoot that, but he didn't. You can tell WLA did not play until last week, and Manitowoc played on Tuesday.
Yeah, a little rust. You saw that in the Big Ten tournament today, too.
You can tell the difference. Manitowoc up 2-10 right now. WLA off with a slow start. There he is across the court. He's looking. They got to keep moving that ball, and that's what they're doing. Okay, now look. Mason with the shot. Looked good out of his hand, but it rims out. Manitowoc Lutheran on the attack.
You know, give Manitowoc Lutheran credit. A lot of times you see teams in the zone, they don't rebound well, but these guys are boxing out. They're doing a nice job.
That is for sure. Manitowoc getting another good shot.
That was off balance, falling away. Wow.
Manitowoc fired up. WLA needs to call timeout. Down by 11, the fans like it. WLA crowd is sitting quiet right now. Good start for Manitowoc. They couldn't ask for anything better, Jim, to get off to a fast start like that.
Yeah, what a 3 for 3 from the three-point line, or is it 4 for 4?
Yeah,
they're hot.
They hit a couple of spots, Jim. They're going to spots that they like and they're shooting, and you can just kind of tell. And WLA is having a hard time breaking that zone to get a good shot. What they might have to do, Jim, is bring and have all three bigs in and play too deep on the back line with a guy on the high post. Let's see if that's the adjustment he makes, or he's going to stick with his lineup for right now.
Right.
But that's what I would do. I would try something different.
I'd like to see him be a little more patient. Maybe dribble, penetrate a little bit more, and then kick. Inside out if you can do it.
Yeah, that guard's got to get up a little bit. You know, we used to say, there it is.
Yep.
We used to say that guard's got to get up a little bit, make those guys pull in towards them.
Right.
Here comes Manitowoc. WLA puts it in. Moving the ball around up top. They're doing a nice job. Santana made a really nice spot shot a couple of times down. Manitowoc moving the ball around. It's interesting to see that high screen. There he is at a spot again. Takes a shot. Big rebound and tries to save it, and it's WLA's ball.
Once again, give the Lancers a lot of credit. They're hustling to the ball more than we are right now.
Jim, there were three guys underneath the hoop rebounding. We had one.
Yep.
It's like, hey, we got a lot of height. We'll just use that. But, you know, everybody's got a rebound. It's getting him down low. There it is. Now he's open this time. And he takes it and hits it wide open three. Manitowoc did not play that very well that time. Left him wide open. Great hustle. He throws up a shot. WLA on the attack. Jim, this is where they got to attack fast. Don't let them get set up. You know, that's what Michigan State does, right? They get it down the floor. And there's a nice rebound and a putback. That's how WLA is going to win right there, Jim. It's my opinion that offensive rebound and then the putback, that's how they're going to go up.
WLA much more aggressive on the glass the last couple times.
Wide open. There he is. Spots up and hits it. I didn't see the missed assignment, but Santana hits one right up on the top of the three.
What Manitowoc Lutheran's doing a good job of is a down screen.
There's an offensive rebound and a foul. Santana with his first foul of the night.
What they're doing is they're running that shooter from the baseline. They're down picking for him and popping him up, and we're not communicating on that very well.
Yeah, we're like losing him, like we're not seeing where he went. WLA on a nice little run to come back. and get some points. So 9-16, Manitowoc, was that Manitowoc called timeout? I think that was.
Yeah.
As they were losing a little bit of ground because Alex Keel twice in a row got offensive rebounds, and I think the coach wants to bring him in from Manitowoc and talk about boxing out. That would be my guess.
Exactly. And did you see what got WLA going was they kicked it down to the low block. He was patient. He waited for Manitowoc Lutheran to collapse on him, kicked it opposite wing, and Donovan buried it. And when you kick a ball from inside out, already squared up looking at the basket, you're probably going to shoot a 20% higher rate than you are if that pass comes from an angle. And he drained it, and that kind of got him going. So good patience there.
Yeah, he had so much time. I was worried that he had too much time to think about it.
Exactly.
He was so wide open. But he squared it up really nice, took the shot, and it went in. So good for him. Jim, what I've really seen is, Trey number 3 and Santana number 15. That's really kind of their offense. It looks like it really runs through those two guys, at least at the beginning of the game here. Alex to the line. I'll tell you what, I've watched Alex shoot free throws this season. He has just got a smooth touch.
This kid is averaging a double-double, and that's hard to do. 15 and 13. That's hard to do.
It's just amazing. I've watched him play for many years, and I wish he had a couple more years to play. I just love his progression. I hope that he can go on and play somewhere else in college or something. I don't know what he's going to do, but
he did mention that he wants to continue playing, so probably at a lower level, but that's all right.
That's all right. I'm okay with that. Now they got to get on him. Don't let him shoot. He's got to shoot over. And, he adjusted well, Jim.
Yeah. Give Trey Zastro credit. He had 6'7" Keel on him, took him down, broke him down on a dribble, and worked open for a jumper.
Yep. He looking pretty sharp. WLA keeps moving it, trying to get there. Oh, that was a lucky pass. Gabe Puss, no foul.
He got hammered on that one.
Wow, that's a no call, and I think the refs missed that one. Look at that ball movement. That's pretty good. And he feeds him an easy one, but he chokes, and that's a foul right there.
Herkstroder got a block on that one, helping out.
They called that one. Okay, that was, to me, a very light foul, but they missed the one down there. And, I never know if they're making up calls or, or 2 half fouls equals a full. I'm never quite sure what the thinking is, Jim.
Well, the reasoning, with the 3-man crew is they can see more, and they probably can, but sometimes when you have 3, you see them defer to each other, and sometimes nothing gets called. So
that's true.
They're doing a good job so far.
That's true. I'd like to see Herkstroder penetrate a little bit, Jim, off the wing. There, that's the breakdown right there.
That's that 2 dribble I talked about, just to make 2 guys commit, and then all kinds of good things happen.
They called that an offensive foul?
What?
They called that an offensive foul? Wow. Marty's asking for an explanation. I'd like that explanation because certainly the kid was underneath the basket and he was up in the air and there was movement. But nonetheless, it goes against WLA Manitowoc ball.
6'7" senior Noah Lorenz checking in for the Vikings for the first time.
Oh, good eye, Jim. And in the corner, shot off. And Herkstroder gets the rebound, pushes it up the floor a little bit. And Alex, that's a good spot for him. But he comes up a little short. Here comes Trey Zastro. Weaving the ball, and he's blocked. Big block and a foul from Alex Keel from behind. Not a good foul, Jim.
No, again, Zastro getting to the basket, drawing 2 or 3 defenders, just gets the ball up on the rim, and there's a Manitowoc Lutheran guy right there because too many guys came to help on that.
Yeah, and Alex Keel wraps around their player, Corey, and ends up getting a foul. I mean, he probably could have put his hand up and blocked that shot from behind. But nonetheless,
Look at that. I don't know what we're doing there, but our third guy didn't even box anybody out. He just stood there.
wide open there at the elbow, Jim. WLA 11, Manitowoc 19. WLA has to get back into this a little bit better. Here's a foul and a beautiful feed by Alex Keel down to Lorenz. That's what they needed, Jim.
That's literally unstoppable when you get it to Keel at about 10 feet. It's either a layup for him or a dump down on the block to Lorenz or Pruss.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Lorenz is what they needed because he is so strong. He'll make that happen. That's short. There's a foul right there again. Alex Keel fights him off. Now it's a 6-point game. WLA moving the ball. Lorenz wide open. Can he make the inside move? Yes, he does. He is unstoppable when he gets the ball that deep, Jim.
You know, John, he has become so patient. You know, when he first came back from that injury, everything was going way too fast, but now he's got his patience back, and he's going to be a hard one to handle down on the block.
Wow, that's a nice shot. Hits a three. WLA makes a little run. Manitowoc fights back with a nice shot.
As long as Manitowoc Lutheran keeps shooting at this pace, it's going to be tough.
Lorenz, get a little deeper. Get a little deeper. Okay, there's a nice defensive play by Manitowoc.
There he is.
And there he left it
wide open.
Jim, that play happened because they were watching Lorenz.
Yeah. See, Alex has been posting up about 10, 12 feet, and that time he just slid down the lane. No one there. They got to worry about the other big guy. So they're finding their holes in that zone.
I'll tell you what, Coolabird is doing a nice job sticking with Zastro, but that kid can play.
Oh, yeah. I wish we had a stat guy up here. I think Manitowoc Lutheran's got to be shooting 80% from the field.
Oh, I would say.
They are just knocking them down.
Jim, I can see why Manitowoc Lutheran puts up 86 points.
Yep.
I can see why WLA puts up 70. These are both high-scoring offenses. I'm not sure what the buzz is.
Just a little note is when Zastro goes left, he is deadly.
There he is again.
When he goes to the right, his shot is a little tougher. They got to force him right and then have a little help on that. When he goes left, he is just almost unstoppable.
There's Keel. Oh, all he has to do is look. Was his foot on the line? And it's a good box out. Did you notice they had four guys in like a half circle there?
Yep.
Rebounding. Very well coached. You can just see. Here comes Zastro. That time he
went to his right, and it's a little tougher. He can't get those shoulders square as quick.
Although we fouled him, I thought. Oh.
That's a bailout call right there. Bodies flying. He could have called fouls either way there. Well, that coach is about as animated as Tom Izzo was this afternoon.
Tom Izzo was not happy. 19-26, WLA down.
He's just screaming at him.
Down by 7. Well, Jim, what I've watched from Manitowoc, very well-disciplined team. Plays that defense very well, has a good offensive movement, and boy, can they shoot.
Anytime you got a trigger guy like Zastro, that's going to make the whole team.
Now they're doing a dribble drive here. That's a travel right there. Ooh, that was a fast call. Well, Zastro out of the game right now, but it doesn't seem to hurt their offense. They move that ball very effectively.
So far, it's the Lancers' quickness against the Vikings' size, and Manitowoc Lutheran's had the better of it.
Yeah, the quickness has been, been winning in and out for the first shot for Manitowoc. That's about one of the few shots they've actually missed, Jim. They've been hitting a lot. Percentage of shooting has been very high. Second shot at the line, Manitowoc. WLA 19, Manitowoc 26. Rebound. Herkstroder looking to Coolabert, says, I'm going to take this one, and he's fouled.
Yeah, why not push the issue there? You know?
And that's what he has to do. He's a senior. He's good at driving the ball. He got that early offensive foul, which I didn't like, but now he's going to get a shooting to put up 2.
Yeah, being a senior, he's not going to shy away from that, even though it was a foul on him the first time. You got to keep going at it.
And Herkstroder is the #1 scorer for WLA, averages 7.2 per game, and I think that's his first point of the night, isn't it, Jim?
It could be, yep. Look, I can't, their coach is like 8 feet out on the floor. I really don't get that. I thought Tom King was the only one that could do that.
He's got a hall pass. And Herkstroder puts them both in. Ooh, push off, nice. Nice drive.
Look at that. Excellent pass. They're beating us right off the dribble, and we got to help.
Yep.
You know, we got to.
They're slicing and dicing a little bit here, Jim.
Got to move our feet. Alex's first look has got to be to the hoop.
They got to dribble a little bit more in, Jim, and then pass.
Yep.
Now here they got the big 3 in, but I would put a double. I'd put one guy on each side. Oh, and a foul on Lorenz, pushing him. Lack of communication there, Jim.
Wasn't quite sure what we were trying to do on that. You know, it looked like maybe we had somebody out of place there a little bit.
Manitowoc still up by 7. WLA trying to get back in this with 6 minutes left in the first half of the game. And with Manitowoc's best player
That's
sitting.
a push-up. The ref's got to call that. That's a third time that every time we do body up on them, they're pushing. You know, that's fine if you're not going to, but sooner or later you got to give that defense some love there.
High side leaves them open.
What was
takes
that?
a shot and hits it. Tell you what, their shooting is punishing.
They're living right tonight.
Any little lapse in defense, they're going to hit it.
Not quite sure what we're doing here with Gabe out on the wing.
Yeah,
If you're going to run 3 bigs, you got to run a double post.
yeah. I'm not sure why you wouldn't want to run a double post. That's what I wanted. Then you have Alex at the free throw line, Jim, and you play high, double, low.
Exactly. But you got to run a double, whether it's low or high or wherever. Here comes a spark plug for us, Schlavinsky in there.
And he might be the guy that can actually play defense. Whoop. As I said that.
Oh, that
Keel
wasn't
up
bad.
in the air, push the ball up.
Yep,
There you go,
that
boys.
wasn't bad. He made him take a tough shot.
Yeah. He got beat off the first step, but he's coming off the bench. I'm sure there's what we need to see. A 3 on the way. Alex is just not on for that 3 tonight. There it is, Jim. That's the oh my goodness. You see some really nice scrappy play. It goes against WLA.
I don't care if that was a Manitowoc player or a WLA player. That's what high school basketball is all about, is hustle.
Yeah.
And the refs can't take that away. That was a great hustle play. Just horrible. That's what people come to see, is kids hustling, getting after the ball.
Yeah,
They
I know.
never made any contact. You just slid on the floor, you know.
I know if I was coaching, I would probably be off the bench right now having a conversation with the referee. That would go something like, hey, come on now.
Just
Come on now.
Just under 5 to go. 10-point lead for the Lancers.
Oh,
There's a turnover.
find the floor. That's been 2 turnovers in a row. They don't turn the ball over that much. Oh, tough call in the corner on a travel. That's another turnover for WLA. They've had 2. Manitowoc has 2 right in a row. Manitowoc up by 10 with 4 minutes, 33 seconds left. WLA got down early, has been trying to fight back, but just can't seem to make up any ground. There's another turnover, Jim. That's 5 turnovers.
Yeah. They've been a little sketchy with the ball here the last few minutes, both teams.
And the possession arrow is in favor of Manitowoc. They're going to inbound. This is where we got to watch our guys. Good shooting teams, inbound plays they can score off of. Nice defense there. And another turnover, Jim. 6 in a row.
Just can't seem to convert here, John, and get any closer.
Can anybody shoot? Yes. In and out.
That's what Manitowoc Lutheran wants us to do, is shoot the three. That's their strategy. And until WLA can hit them, I'd stay with it.
I'd be, if we're talking offense for WLA, I guess I'd be pounding the post. I'd have that guy running the back line, and I'd get it to him. Oh, that's a travel. Did he?
Yeah.
Did he move, Jim?
Tough to tell.
Let's go to the replay official and bring that one back. Not to complain, but what that looked like to me is he was trying to split the defenders, and our defender didn't even move. So I'm not sure if they're calling a reach-in or something, I don't know. But regardless, Manitowoc's on the line. 7 fouls, so they're in bonus. It's 7-4 right now on fouls.
Tough part of that call for me, having coached all those years, is you got an official right there. He's got the whole play. That's his quadrant right there, and then a guy runs in from half court and blows the whistle. That's what I don't like.
Hits both of them. Biggest lead of the night for Manitowoc. Up by 12.
Let's see if WLA can get back to that high post, low post that they were running earlier.
Yeah, they need to make a run here, Jim, or they're going to be in trouble.
Lazy pass there. Just a very, very lazy pass. Not a good angle either.
We got some, mismatches or something here. Jim, I don't know. That's a tough angle with a tough layup. I didn't like it.
I think if he would have went up a little stronger, he might have got a call on that. But he I think Mason was looking for it there, and there wasn't a lot of contact. It's probably a good no call.
Yeah, it was like he flipped the ball up. Manitowoc doing a lot of bumping here.
Wow.
Long shot.
That is a deep three.
Long shot. He's not afraid to do it. He's been hitting them. Oh.
Another one. We really don't need that pass in that situation.
No, that's another push-off, Jim, by 24.
Yep.
We haven't seen that. Marty's got to talk to the official to get that call.
Give Donovan a lot of credit. He came back.
There's a nice play.
Burton with the lay-in. Oh, there we go. Turnover.
The line. And he slammed the ball down, Jim.
That's usually a tee.
I think I was in grade school and got called on that.
Yeah, Donovan Schwartz, a lot of hustle. Got the ball back. Burton to the basket. See if the Vikings can, these last 2 minutes here, just another very lazy pass. I really don't get that.
I don't know what's going on with the passing.
No box out. They still aren't matched up.
Long shots, rebounds, and that's what happens when they shoot those long threes, popping out, and you have to box your guy. That was a nice play by Pruss. He made him change his shot selection there a little bit.
Just straight up. Get those arms up in the air.
Penetrate a little bit.
See if the Vikings, this is a big hoop right here.
Oh, that is a painful.
Yeah.
Boy, he got him. That's a tough one to hang in there for that one. Santana takes it right either in the eye or the nose. Pretty tough. Gabe Pruss comes in. They do an over the top, and it's a foul for Manitowoc's 5th foul. And Santana's 2nd foul. So he's going to probably, Jim, sit the last minute, 30 seconds on the bench. Maybe WLA can make some kind of a run here. Down by 10. Their ball underneath the basket. Swinging it around. There's Gabe. Does a turnaround. Is fouled again.
I don't know why that guy stood there and watched, because he called it no shot, and then he watched the shot go around.
Interesting.
And now he's giving us, you see that? He waited and waited and looked, and then all of a sudden when it didn't go in, then he goes, nope. Not quite sure what he was looking at there.
WLA is inbound underneath with another foul. Next time they're in bonus. Minute 30 left in the half.
Design play.
And beautiful play to Mason Herkstroder in the corner.
You know, Marty's trying to get into that. He's trying to get a timeout, and the guy's not even looking at him. Those refs have got to be a little more aware of what's going on.
Probably a good idea to play a little bit more aggressive here.
Oh,
there's a nice
moving.
pick. Holy cow.
That 33 shifted his weight there.
And a shot in the corner. And he hits it. Boy, am I impressed with this kid. He just lights it up. Back to a 10-point game. WLA trying to maybe cut it down to 8 or 7. Got to do something different here, Jim, the second half. Look at that. That's a nice play. A floater right through the center. Timeout. No timeout. I thought he was calling time. He's just trying to get them matched up properly. And did he shuffle his feet up on top?
20 seconds left.
Counting down. 28-36 with 14 seconds left. They're going to work for the last shot here. Let's see if they have a set play. He's telling them to move. I don't see their there's their high screen, Jim. Nice play. 8 seconds, and he throws it for a nice cross court against the wall.
Yep. Great first half for Manitowoc Lutheran. I'd like to see the shooting percentages. It's got to be really good.
Yeah, 28-36 at half. WLA down by 8. Jim, they got down by 8 early. It's been back and forth, but we end up still down 8 right at the half.
Yeah, kind of a sloppy half for us as far as defensive rebounding. I thought, we gave them a lot of second chances there, and a few too many turnovers for my liking. And the reason I say that is they're sitting in a zone. Manitowoc Lutheran is not pressuring us. Every one of these turnovers that we had were unforced, and that's tough.
Yeah, good analysis. Jim, if I was coaching the second half, I would definitely come out with a lot more aggression and break down that zone. I'm sure Marty's going to spend most of the halftime talking about breaking down the zone. What about on defense, Jim? What's the adjustment there that WLA has to do against Manitowoc's shooting?
Well, man-to-man, what they've got to do is they've got to start steering these kids a little bit. They're letting them get into the lane, and then we're helping, and they're kicking, and they have 4 really good shooters. What I saw a couple of times this year, going way back to the MLC tournament, is I saw a 1-3-1. I don't know if Marty will go to that, just as a gimmick to see what can happen. Maybe that might, buy you 3 or 4 possessions to get this thing tied back up. But they're going to win and lose with their man-to-mans, I believe. So they're quick, and it's all about positioning and steering, just like you learned way back in 3rd and 4th grade.
Well, it's the Jim and John show here live from WLA, and we will be right back after the halftime show. Here I am with Marty Nell, head basketball coach for Winnebago Lutheran Academy. Marty, talk to me about your season a little bit.
We've had a great year so far. We're sitting at 19-3 right now. We finished our flyaway season at 11-1 and won the flyaway. We have 5 seniors this year, and last Friday we honored our seniors here against Springs, got the win, and it was just a great night for our 5 seniors. It was a good night to honor them.
Marty, did you have any idea when you started the season, with all these guys, that you were going to come out with that good of a record?
I didn't anticipate a record to be that good, but I knew having Noah Lorenz get injured in the summertime, I knew other guys were going to have to step up. I knew we had those guys had potential to do that, and they've just exceeded expectations this year.
It's not often when you get blessed with a couple of guys that are over 6'4". You have a plethora. You want to talk about that a little bit?
With Gabe Pruss at 6'8", and Alex Keel at 6'7", and then Noah Lorenz at 6'7". I think we are the biggest team in Division 4 if you look at the heights of the teams. And these kids have gotten better at using that size and strength throughout this season. And they've done a really good job at that.
But you know, you might have a lot of height, but really your secret weapons are your guards.
Yes. I felt last year we didn't shoot the ball well. We had guys that I thought were good shooters, but they weren't making shots. And this year we've working inside out with our big guys, with the defense collapsing on our big guys. We're getting good looks from three-point land, and those guys are hitting them this year. They've worked really hard at it, though. That's a couple times a week, staying after practice, getting the shooting gun out. I've stayed and rebounded for them. You know, they're putting up, some of those guys put up 200 extra shots after practice.
Well, that makes a difference. Marty, we're going into the playoffs here. Tell me what's going on, where are you seated, what kind of opponents do you see?
We received the 4 seed in our regional, and we weren't happy about that. We thought we'd be seated a little higher than that, but the kids don't care what our seed is. They have the mentality right now that we'll play anybody, and it doesn't matter. And we feel like if we play well, we can compete with any team in our regional.
Yeah, this is do or die, play, win, or go home. Is that kind of the attitude you have in the locker room?
That's it. We talked about a lot of lasts, this week in practice. The last time they get to run out on the court, through all the student section. Last time they get to change in the locker room, and especially for the seniors, this is a big night for them. They want to end have their last home game here ended with a W.
Well, thanks, Marty. It was a real pleasure, and good luck to the playoff season.
Thank you. Thanks, John.
You bet. Well, Jim, that was an interesting halftime with Marty looking back at the season. But, Jim, the season could end if WLA doesn't come out and play a little bit better basketball in the second half. Their great season could come to an end.
Yeah, the Lancers definitely dominated that half, and that's why we play 36 here. See who gets to play again tomorrow.
It'll be interesting to see what Marty talked about at halftime and see if they can implement it. Alex going to the hole, and he tries to get the offensive rebound, and he gets it poked away. But I like the idea there of him driving in and trying to get a good shot.
Yeah, tough little runner there. I'd almost like to see him take one more dribble and just lay it in or dunk it even. It's that little 5 foot in between there. It's a tough shot.
That's a floater, and he misses it. 40 gets a nice box out, and that's deadly. Yes, it is.
Mark it down. Offensive rebound, extra shot, 3 points.
Boy, that's interesting, because I was just going to say we played them so well. They were playing tight on them, doing a nice job, and then we lose them.
Yep, the Lancers are doing exactly what they're taught. When that big man puts the ball on the floor, you go get it.
Jim, I don't know how long I would leave Lorenz on the bench. I think he was the only positive, and count it.
Yeah, he was finishing very well there in the first half.
Yeah, I'd probably get him more minutes, get him down on the post. Nothing against Gabe, but you can't put the ball on the floor like that from, I don't know, how far out was he, 7-8 feet. When you're tight in a zone like that and you're that tall, it's just pretty tough to do. Yep. Manitowoc makes it a three-pointer, and they go up by a bunch. And there's a tough foul.
Back-to-back three-pointers by Zastro, and the lead is 14 suddenly.
That's sure WLA wanted to come out and get a few shots and tighten up the score and not go down by more, but we'll try and stay positive here. WLA's got to do some good things. And there's the first good thing they did. Go back and get that rebound, Gabe. Pushing the ball up, leaving him wide open, and he hits it.
Man,
Marty's
shoot
not
the
happy.
3-ball. That is incredible.
They're trying that inside-outside off of the high-low post. Now can he hit it? And Alex gets the rebound and fouled. Lots of fouls. Heard arm hitting. Press going in hard. That's what they got to do, Jim.
Yep.
They got to use their height. And I would press them a little bit, see if they can really dribble. 24 with his arm again, Jim.
He shields every time with that offhand.
Got to turn around and look, boys. Oh, and he drug his foot. I think a little bit of pressure on their ball players here. Nice shot.
He's feeling it right now.
Yeah,
and
nice
what a
shot.
shame. It all started on an offensive rebound we should have had that got him going on that three-pointer.
Yep, Manitowoc up by 17. This is painful.
You know, I'm not sure how much zone WLA has seen this year. I know they've seen some, but they're really struggling with this tonight.
It's looking a little bit ugly. I don't know. I'd be sending Lorenz in and trying to do something different here. And he's coming in. You know, Jim, they've played 7 players. You know what I mean? 2 guys off the bench, and they really haven't played that much. They've played their 5 starters. I'm just wondering, those guards, if they're not getting worn out and with all that picking, and they can't stick with that, with like Zastro or whatever, and they're shooting us to death.
My greatest fear was when I saw this team after about 4 or 5 minutes is when you have a team like Manitowoc Lutheran that has 3 or 4 really good guards, really good ball handlers, if you're playing from behind and you get down to that 5-minute mark, it's going to be chase and foul. You know, if WLA is going to get back in this game, they have to do it right now and that with a big run, or it's going to be just chase and free throw the last, 7, 8, 9 minutes of the game.
Yeah, 17 is a fairly large deficit in high school basketball, and they're going to have to put some runs together. There's no doubt about it. They're going to try and press them a little bit. Well, maybe not. Not sure what that was. Manitowoc moving the ball around. That's what I do. I just keep moving around and say, hey, I'd say don't take a shot unless it's a layup, but maybe don't take a shot unless you have a wide open 3.
Yep. Percentages will tell you they're not going to shoot that 3-ball the whole game, so we're going to have some opportunities. But just like in the first half, remember we had 5 straight stops and never scored. So that's only half the battle. You got to put the ball in the hole.
You got him down in the block, Jim. You got to feed it to him. There's a 3. We certainly needed it, but I'll tell you what, I'd much rather be putting it on the block to Lorenz.
Yep, if nothing else, kick it down there and then, kick it back
We got
out.
guys that don't know who they have on defense.
We still got guys switching all over the place. See that? Something's goofy here.
And a nice little move. And look at this,
at that.
Jim. They got 4 guys, and they're on offense.
Just out battling us for rebounds. It's tough to watch. Again, right off our hands.
Tell you what, I've been a WLA fan for a long time, and this is one of those games, Jim, that's hard to watch. It's just, we're discombobulated. That's the word, isn't it?
I think the frustration from our offensive end is leaking a little bit into our defense with rebounding and stuff, and you can't let that affect it. It's one possession at a time.
Yeah, it's hard to watch when they have, there's a jump ball. That's hard to watch when they have 4 guys that are in offense. He didn't call a foul. Oh, he jump ball. Their possession. Okay. It's just tough to watch that. WLA has got to get gritty here. Wide open, letting them drive into the lane. 24 wide open. Could have taken that shot. They're driving in solid, Jim, and then looking out.
You know, they're running that. What's so dynamic in high school basketball is that that drive and kick that guy was out of bounds there. That drive and kick that everybody talks about, that's what they run. They'll run a lot of flare screens, and instead of rolling to the basket, they'll flare out.
There we go. WLA maybe making a run here. Down by 12. They were down by 17. They're making a little run, 5-0. Let's see if they can keep their defense up. This Zastro can play. He likes to go, and then he'll shoot.
No, keep them going right.
5 seconds.
Nice job.
Closely guarded, Jim.
It's a great call because he was closely guarded.
Yep. Coolibert, excellent defense. That's one of the best defensive plays we've seen this half. Give it up for Coolibert, the senior. Okay, still WLA up with their 3 bigs trying to do something. There it is. Now get it down to him. Get it down to him. There was a push-off by Manitowoc.
Yep.
I think, are they going to call 15 on that? That's his third if it is.
No, 35.
35, okay.
Like to see that. Mason, I think he's
Oh, they did call it on Santana.
Oh, they did, yep.
His third.
Perkstroder's got that look in his eyes. I think the boys realize it's now or never. That's not really the shot we need.
Nice rebound by Alex, taken away. He was fighting.
That was not the time for a 3. I know we had been working the ball so well.
Slam dunk. Yes! That'll get the crowd fired up. That's maybe what we needed.
Yeah.
Timeout, Manitowoc, as WLA makes a 7-0 run. That's just what they needed. Give Manitowoc's coach kudos.
Yep.
After a big play like that. You know, WLA can go on a big round when you see a slam dunk.
Yep, he knew it right there was going to end. Yep.
I'll tell you, I don't know, did you see the Wisconsin Badgers, their slam dunk in the first half? That was amazing backward slam dunk.
You know, I didn't see it live. I was on the road, but I saw it when I got home. And it reminded me of kind of you and I back in the 80s, John, out on the driveway on an 8-foot hoop.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jim, I don't think so. I'll tell you what, that might have been one of the best reverse slams I've seen this season from the Badgers. That was impressive.
Well, you know, the Badgers don't run very much, but when they do, it's special.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
All right, we might have a game here, John. 10 points?
10 points, 11, a lot of time, 12 minutes left. If they can play good defense, good solid defense. Crowd trying to encourage their team, Manitowoc. WLA, will they respond? Their crowd kind of sitting a little bit.
Ooh, we almost got a 5 count there.
Well, it's not. They haven't gotten it across the floor yet here.
There's a few kids out there in red that do not want to handle the ball. They just give it away
I
right away.
think I'd press the snot out of them.
Left. Yep.
What's he calling? 3 seconds in the lane or what? Couldn't be a foul. Guess it was.
I don't know what his mechanics were, but he was giving a 3-second call. I think he was a little mixed up there on what he was.
Oh, is that why I thought it was 3 seconds?
Yes, that was a 3 second. That's the mechanical call for 3 seconds.
Okay, I thought it was just me.
Unless he fouled him 3 times, which he might have.
Oh,
my goodness.
Nice turnaround and a nice shot. 7-2 run. That's the first shot, Jim, they've had in about 3 minutes, or first score. There's Lorenz working hard. Give it to him. He's being fouled. Offensive. What is this guy's problem? Wow.
There's plenty of calls to be made out there. Don't start making them up.
That's tough for WLA because they got bigs down there trying to pound in, and that kind of takes away their game if they're going to call them like that. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Manitowoc still staying high. Oh, Jimmy got us sleeping and then takes a shot.
He's
and
moving.
there's a
That's
foul.
a block.
You bet. Coolbert taking it to the hole, taking one for the team and going in strong. Now there's words being mixed. That should be a technical foul right there.
Wow.
Zastro with the hand motion. He's just lucky the ref didn't see it. They talked to Coolbert, but that was a little tough. Here we go. They're battling up on top. WLA versus Manitowoc. Coolbert calmly puts it in. Cuts the lead back to 11. Coach is bringing him out, probably letting him cool down a little bit, Jim, after that. WLA making a substitution, but it's for the shooter. And a nice rebound.
Good hustle there by White.
Oh, there's a lot of fouling going on.
That's the foul he didn't call last time, and then so something's got to get straightened out down there.
Right, that entry-level pass, and then they're whacking him. On the other side, the same thing happened, and Lorenz is looking for a little space and got called. But not this time. Schwartz in for Coolbert. Good
hustle. Every time we get close, it's those just foolish passes, unforced.
That's probably one of the rougher parts of Gabe's game. He wants to put that ball down, Jim. And there is Alex Keel with a putback to cut the lead back to 11. 10 minutes, 12 seconds left. Still have time. They just have to play smart on every defensive and offensive possession to try and cut this down. Jim, maybe they try and cut it down to a 5-point game and play it from there.
Well, Trey Zastro, they sub him out, so you're thinking this might be our chance to get a little run going here. And what do? We turn it over and give them a layup.
Or we give them a foul like that, cheap up on the top. Didn't need to do that. The guy was like half falling over.
Yep, got to keep your composure here. It's a little frustrating right now, but good things will happen. Just stay on course.
WLA has to have a good defense setup here, trying to stay with them. 11-point game. Manitowoc moving the ball well. Moving guys to the side. Jim, they got so much movement. If you notice our guys, especially the guy that's supposed to be like guarding the paint, they're moving around so much, they're kind of losing guys.
Right, yep.
And I saw that earlier in the game. I didn't talk about it, but right now, if you watch that play, that's exactly what's going on. And look at that takeaway by
Donovan. Nice play. To your point, John, you're exactly right. When Manitowoc drives the lane, both guys in the lane leave and reposition. And we go to help, and you have no idea where your man is anymore. They do a nice job moving without the ball.
Well, here comes WLA. Let's see if they can cut it down. Boy, are we far out here. Jim, they're playing a four-corner, and they got the guards. Now they've moved in a little bit. Where's Lorenz? He's got to be active underneath. There he is. And he's being pushed every time.
You can't do that. That 33 dislodged him. That's a foul every single time.
That's a tough pass for him to make. That's a tough pass at their feet.
That 33 is getting away with a body every single time down there.
Yeah, this is where maybe a little acting comes in, Jim, where you
Here we go. Come on, Donovan.
Oh!
We didn't need that, son. We didn't need that. All we needed was you to grab the ball and lay it in. Oh. How many times, John, has it been to this 10-point range, and we have 2 or 3 chances, and we just
can't put it away.
No,
can't put it back to 5, I should say.
It's almost like we're going too fast here. You know, we're just.
They do a nice job of penetrating, and then and somebody's always getting open.
Yep.
As you say, they're moving without the ball very effectively. There's 5 seconds right there, and he calls it.
Well, the Lancers have to be happy. They just got a 3-minute break for their best player, and they didn't lose any ground, and that's because, you know, we just couldn't convert on this end.
Yeah, Jim, good analysis, because you're exactly right. He sat after, you know, the little tweet thing and calmed down, and now he's back in the game. Lorenz goes out, gets a little bit of a rest, but I just think they weren't very effective getting him the ball enough down on the post. But every time he did, they were like pushing him out.
I'd still like to see us go high to low instead of wing to low. We seem to have much more success with that in the first half instead of trying to come from this wing and get it in there. If we go high, who's going to help on that guy then down low?
Yep.
Almost like a little 2-1-2 action is what I'd like to see. Oh, how many of those tonight?
No, remember what we saw earlier in the game, Jim? That was exactly what we saw. We got called, and
how many of those passes, John? When the boys rewatch this tape, boy, there's got to be 8 or 9 just unforced.
Gabe Pruss, if you go back and watch this film, look at your passing, because you got to be more authoritative with your passes. They're just weak, and they're getting picked off. Look at top. There you.
I don't like that kind of play. I think high school athletics should be about something more than that.
What was that, an offensive foul against Kiel?
Yep.
I'm not sure. I didn't get to see it. I was watching up on the top.
He kind of cut right in front of him, and, that's fine. I'd like to see basketball, though. I just don't like all that antics and all that stuff.
Well, Manitowoc still up by 11. 7 points, Jim. We haven't done anything in the last 5 minutes to get back into this. 23 takes a shot, hits it.
All set up by Zastro on a great drive and kick there.
Yep, back up to 14.
And of course, the only 3 people standing are right in front of us.
Herkstroder with a 3, it goes long. Turn around and put it in. We shoot again.
We don't need that. Banking in 3s. Wow.
14 points, and he shoots from way far out.
Wow.
And hits a timeout, Marty Nell.
How deep was that one, Johnny?
I'll tell you what,
that had to be a 30-footer, I'm thinking, or close to it.
That is a Harlem Globetrotters 4-point shot.
Wow. That was incredible.
I'll tell you what, they punished them because Zastro, before that shot, he set that the three right before that shot, Jim.
Yeah.
6 points he created by playing good basketball. I'll tell you, he is on fire. He's impressive.
One of the things I learned, John, in those years I coached here at WLA, and the year I got out, it became very apparent to me that what high school basketball was all about was ball handling and shooting and quickness. And if you've got 3 or 4 or 5 kids that can do that, you are going to be hard to beat. And it doesn't matter about size. They're all interchangeable. It's all about ball handling, kicking it out, penetrating, and knocking down the jump shot. And we're seeing that firsthand tonight.
Yeah, you can come in with a really tall squad and get beat by some smaller, stringy guys, really, that can handle the ball and shoot the lights out. It'll be interesting to see, Jim. 6 minutes, 23 seconds left. WLA down by 17. Will they just go down easy, or are they going to battle? We will see.
Yep.
In the next 6 minutes, we're going to see what WLA is made of.
We'd sure expect that. Expect a run here. Tough shot.
Floater, but he gets off of Manitowoc. Gets the rebound.
John, that play right there encapsulates the whole night. We're in such a hurry all the time. Just get the ball, set yourself.
Get square.
Seems like we're just rushing everything tonight. And give Manitowoc credit. They're the ones that are forcing WLA to play at a quicker pace than they want to.
Alex Keel.
Maybe our best three-point shooter right there, he and Mason.
Boy, they're afraid to. I'm press them harder.
Yeah, some of these kids are very suspect. They got a couple of great ball handlers, but a few of these other kids really don't want to touch it. Look at that, another offensive rebound. Oh, you work so hard.
Manitowoc with the ball. WLA still down 14, trying to think about making a run. We'll see what can happen. Some good picking, Jim. Look, he was wide open.
It's pick and fade, pick and fade.
Yep, they're going to run that. They're going to run that ball. Every possession's going to be about a minute and a half. 23 has been hot. Another one.
Two-handed push-off on Keel.
Boy, we'll have to look at that replay.
But that's what it is, more hustle. They're out hustling us.
Well, WLA avoids, but loses quite a bit of clock here.
Got to make every possession count now.
A floater. That's a nice floater, Jim, coming in. 12-point game. 45-57. I was wondering if he was going to take it in.
I think there's certain kids in red that are told if you look at the basket from more than 10 feet away, you're going to be put on a bench. They know their roles. They do a wonderful job.
Yep. Here he comes in hard.
Yep.
They're going to move that ball. They keep moving.
I think what Marty's going to have to do here is you got to start taking some chances and double teaming.
Yeah.
Anytime there's a pick, you see a pick here, you got to double it right away.
You might have to come in, Jim, with a fourth guard.
Yep. Right there, double that.
We got lucky there.
Wow.
That could have been a foul.
Ooh.
And it goes against Manitowoc.
That's maybe one you don't want. You got a 2-on-1 there.
Yeah.
Kind of hoping not for that call.
I thought maybe we fall down on this end, but it was a no call. We come up the court, and Manitowoc gets a foul. Jim, they seem to be rotating and getting some fresh players, and we look at we got hands on the hips here. Look at Kulabert. He's exhausted.
They're tired. They're working so hard on defense.
Alex Keel.
Tough three.
Yeah, a little bit off balance again.
That would have been a one more, kick it one more maybe.
Okay, now they're going to have to get aggressive, Jim, or can't make a run. Oh, don't leave him open.
What are we doing, WLA? How do you run away from a guy that's got 7 threes? How do you leave him wide open like that?
Yeah, what has he got? 28 points, 30 points, and you just run away from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, 28 points, and you just move away from them.
It's the same thing we saw in the first half, John. They're not communicating. If you're going to switch, fine, but two people have to know that, not one. And if you're not going to switch at talking, and it's not, we haven't seen it all night. We're seeing guys wide open.
Yeah, it's a 15-point game, Jim, with 3 minutes left. They have to stop them every time on defense. But here's the thing. 3 minutes goes fast in their type and style of offense, where they run and zig and zag. We almost have to now put 5 guards in on defense and dog them. And otherwise, we're going to be in trouble.
I almost thought that earlier in the game. You know, you look at who's out there on the floor. Keel's a pretty good three-point shooter, and Mason is. But beyond that, you know, you're kind of looking for that other kid that can maybe knock down a jump shot for you. But yeah, no, it's right now. There really aren't many options. You just play hard. You got to take some chances here. Maybe double team the ball. See if you can get a tip here.
WLA bringing it up. 15-point game. We'll see. They got to get off a good shot. It doesn't have to be a 3, but boy, they got to put some points up. That's a tough one. Jim, that's a tough 3-point shot. There's the guy you want to handle the ball. Oh, boy. Look at this.
But that's what happens
Smart
when
enough.
you got some 6'7", 6'8" kids out there chasing. Quickness is not their.
Yep.
It's not their forte.
Oh, look at he threw it away. Oh!
You see him pick up his foot there. Got to get on that if you're WLA.
He threw it to nobody, Jim, and they end up with the ball. Should have been a turnover, but you know what? They're moving so much they run into the ball.
Well, if the Lancers can make their free throws, they're well on their way.
Yeah, I'd be trying to get it in the hands of like 40 there and see what he looks like on the free throw line.
Thing is, the way Manitowoc Lutheran runs their offense, their bigs won't get the ball unless they set a pick and roll to the basket.
You almost have to leave them open, Jim,
right.
Bait them,
yeah,
and hope for the best.
Yep.
Ooh, oh.
Not sure we needed that one.
Tough shot.
Yeah.
Tough shot.
Nobody was
Jim.
even down there to rebound.
Tough game here for WLA to kind of lay an egg here.
Go ahead. Yep, you got to start taking a few. Not this guy.
WLA, there it is. Now follow him. That's the call. That's the play.
Yep.
Foul, 40, going to go to the line. They're in bonus. 14 down, WLA, 2 minutes left. Manitowoc in command of this game on the road, shooting the lights out of the bottom of the net. Oh!
That was a dirty play right there.
Oh, boy.
I didn't like that at all. That I didn't like.
That's tough.
Kind of took his legs out there. That's a tough one. That's tough to see.
Yeah, a little dangerous. Don't want to see anyone get hurt. You want good play, you just don't want to play hurt. Alex Keel to the line. He
John,
took the shot.
Did they put the 2-minute warning back in this year in high school basketball?
Yes, they did. Alex Keel shoots well at the line, puts it in. Alex Keel has got 13. No, that's 18. Could be his 19th point. And it is. Alex Keel offensively has done a decent job. They're trying to look to foul.
Okay.
Tough foul. 5 minutes only, or 5 seconds off the clock, Jim. They didn't let a lot of time go. So
what is your strategy here, John, defensively? It's one pass. If you don't get the steal, then it's a foul. Are we to that point, or two passes?
I would double team number 3, and I would try and leave 40 open and try and get a foul towards him. That would be my strategy.
All right.
These guys got to set up and shoot. You can't be screwing around this long. And there it is.
Bergstroder starting to feel it. He's got the stroke going.
Okay. 23 has been on fire for shooting. He has got 12, but let's see. I don't think he's been to the line at all. Wish I had the book. If he's been to the line, it was way in the first half, but they've tried.
He's made, I think, 3 threes already.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a.
I wonder how many 3-pointers Manitowoc Lutheran has tonight. That percentage has got to be incredible.
Jim, I bet you they made more threes than they did twos.
Probably, yep.
10-point game, minute 41 on the clock. Well, Jim, if you can get a 3-for-1, you can get back in it. I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a shot because the kid had his arm.
Yep. I thought when he went up, man, there was contact there, big time. Oh man, how did that pass get through there?
And Herkstroder, oh! Holy smokes!
Holy cow! I think he's really feeling it now.
Wow! Is that 3 in a row?
Yes.
3 in a row for Herkstroder. The one before that one.
Did you see who batted that? Was that Presser? I'm not sure.
That was Gabe Press that got a hit on it.
Knocked it loose, and Herkstroder's like, give me the rock. I am so hot right now.
I'll tell you, the second one, there was a guy on his arm. I don't even know how he got the shot off. And then the one just at the end there, that looked like Davison from the Badgers, where he just by pure sheer muscle wants to get that shot off, and that's what transpired. Hey, I'll tell you what, Jim, it's a 4-point game.
John, we couldn't get underneath that 10, 11-point plateau this entire half. You'd get there and then go up, and you'd stay there for 4 or 5 minutes. Finally, now maybe there's a little bit more pressure on the Lancers. You know, every pass is a little tougher.
Yep.
Let's see what happens here.
Like I said, I'd leave this 40 wide open. Let him get the ball.
Oh, somebody get watched deep here. You can have an Aaron Rodgers pass for a layup.
See, I wouldn't even guard the guy, Jim. I would just put 2 players on 3. See, you let him get the ball. Nice quick foul. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I would have liked to have seen a little more pressure, but hey, when you look, you got a minute 11. You can't be choosy here.
I just wouldn't cover the inbound play. That never, I know we got a 6'8" guy or 6'7", but, most of the time you can get the ball in. Much better to cover their best player, number 3, and not let him get the pass.
Yeah. Let somebody else beat you here.
Let's see what he can do. Oh, he misses another one. That puts a lot of pressure on him. A lot of pressure. But we got to get the rebound here.
Yeah, how many times have we given him second shots tonight?
Jim, another 3 for 2. 5-point game.
Don't just jack one up here now. Hit it. Oh, that was that tip? How could he throw up an air ball? Oh my. How does a kid just miss everything?
Jump ball! They called timeout. I thought they called a jump ball.
That guy in the baseline did a very poor job of counting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like all of a sudden, after like 3 seconds, I saw his hand go like this. That should have been going from the time he caught it.
Well, I saw our player, I don't know who it was, but had the hand on the ball at the same time. It should have been a jump ball. He was hesitating to make the call. This guy called timeout, which I have no problem with that. That's the right thing to do for Manitowoc. But I certainly thought it was a jump ball way before that. We'll see what happens here. Now it's crunch time. 5-point game. Manitowoc with the ball.
Now the inbounder cannot move here. That's a distinct advantage for us.
You know,
Because that was a dead ball there. So he cannot move. If that guy moves, that should be a violation.
I'll watch him. 55 seconds left. 5-point game. WLA down on the road.
Oh, you got to get that pass.
There's a foul right now, and he does.
Little lob pass there. We had to get to that.
They're trying to leave that guy on the baseline to do the inbound so they can try and trap, but it hasn't really been successful. I'd really try and be stealing the ball off the inbound rather than just trying to box them, but we'll see what happens. 24, good little shooter.
Yep. They're making their threes and they're making their free throws.
That's his first, if I remember, that's his first free throw of the night. He's got 3 points, but he's
good ball handler.
He fits right into their system. 7 point. You got to hit a 3 here, Jim. I don't think you have a lot of time to not do anything but that. They're watching Herkstroder. Do we got anyone else that can shoot? There's a nice shot, right, or a nice play. A little light on the play. A little tough. I think that kind of slides a little bit of a dagger, Jim.
We talked about, what was it, about the 11-minute mark? And you asked if the WLA kids were going to have a run in them, and they sure did.
They did, Jim.
They got to within a possession of making it theirs.
They did, and now it gets into this foul shooting stuff. And
free throws, and Manitowoc Lutheran's not going to miss many of those.
No. Going to make the second one here to put them up again to a 9-point game. That's what it is.
Said like 30 for him. Yeah, 30 for Zastro. Pretty good looking sophomore, huh, John? He walked.
Frustration followed by Alex Keel there.
It's a tough situation, but do you bring your seniors out now for an ovation or not? They've given this program so much. What a standard. What are they, 19-3 for the season, for the regular season.
Yeah.
Flyweight champs, a lot to be proud of.
Yeah, this is when you have a good season like this, you hate to go down at your home court, and they went down swinging here.
Yeah. That zone just gave them all kinds of trouble. They haven't seen a lot of it, and Manitowoc Lutheran plays a great zone defense, and it was a factor tonight.
Somebody else has got to shoot a 3.
These guys won't even look. Somebody else has got to.
And he hits it. Timeout. I don't know how much he can do in 8.5 seconds, but you know what? I got to give Marty Nell credit. Fight to the end.
Yeah. He and his staff have done a wonderful job with this program the last 2 years. They've come out and played a brand of basketball that's fun for the kids to play. It's fun to watch. It's entertaining, and he's been an exemplary leader, I think, of this program. I know he's going to be down tonight, as they all are, but a lot to be proud of, and he's going to look back on this season with a lot of great memories and some fantastic wins, conference championship. So very proud of Marty and his entire staff. Great job this year.
I'll tell you, I always judge a coach on how, there it is. Off of them.
What kind of play was that?
That was.
They ran that about 2 minutes ago. We could have used that. I think their coach is going to throw that play out for next week.
What's interesting is I always try and judge a coach by how good you see the players develop. And I'll talk about Alex Keel, he's developed into a really good player. Noah Lorenz, we haven't seen him much towards this part of the game, but I've watched him grow and become a much better player.
I think the saddest part of this whole year for me was watching that kid sit on the bench. You know, you work your whole life for that. But I sat down and did an interview with him a couple weeks ago, and Johnette, Noah is so mature that what he talks about, he understands the big picture, and he's learned patience, and he's learned perseverance, and it's going to pay big dividends for him down the line.
Oh, that's ours. One more chance here, Jim.
Well, if you got a 7-pointer, John, this is where you pull it out of the bag.
Bergschroeder with 23, his foot on the line. And there it is for Manitowoc. Final score, 62-69. Manitowoc takes one on the road and wins by 7. Jim, in that 7 points, that 8 points, it just dogged them from the beginning when they went down. They made some runs at it, but they never were able to get back to make it a 1 or 2 point game.
No.
They got close.
Yep.
But, you know, to beat a good team, you got to be right there running right alongside of them.
Yep.
And WLA couldn't do it.
How many times tonight, John, did we comment, you know, it was a 10-point lead, whatever, and WLA would play great defense for 5 possessions and then go down and have 2 bad passes and then a shot that wasn't too good. So, you know, give Manitowoc Lutheran credit. They deserve this win. They outplayed WLA tonight. But a couple things WLA is going to regret is this amount of second shots they gave up to a much smaller, much scrappier team, and the amount of unforced turnovers. Again, they're sitting in a zone, and WLA basically just throwing it away. But give Manitowoc Lutheran all the credit. They deserve this win tonight.
Yeah, their shooting, Jim, I mean, take away all their great dribbling and their ball movement. That's what I think was most impressive. But then they shot, and they shot very successfully. And I'm going to look at the stats, and I'm going to tell you, they made more threes than they did twos.
All right, here's our bet, John. What do you think their 3-point percentage was? I'll give you first dibs, because I'm going to guess like 1 point higher.
Okay. Yeah, no kidding. I was going to say...
I'm thinking right around that 55, 50.
Oh, you're very generous. I was going to say maybe in the 40 range.
And I think they were close to 50. I really do.
Okay, we will see. Well, we won't know till the post game, but we'll take a look at it. Jim, unfortunately, our postseason ended really fast, and our Jim and John show for the boys basketball season ended fast. But as usually, it's been a pleasure working with you. And girls soccer?
I think so. That's probably the next up. John, it's always fun to get here and get inside Viking Gym, see what's happening. And old throwback night tonight, Manitowoc Lutheran against Winnebago Lutheran with the Lancers coming out on top. But yeah, spring sports is coming. We have our little perch out there at the Fondy Soccer Complex, and that's probably where you'll see us next.
Yes, from Jim and John, good night, everyone, and thank you, and drive safely.
Hey, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and get all the updates. And we'll see you next week.